Hi, everybody. It's Chris Prue from home. I hope to be in our studios, but as things change, so do we. And we're doing a little interview via Zoom meeting right now with the Mount Washington Valley Chamber of Commerce Executive Director, Janice Crawford, who is joining us remotely. We're looking, this isn't actually Janice on the screen, though. This is the head of an eagle. Janice is having some technology issues. She can only use the front of her camera, or the camera on the front of her computer. So she chose to aim it at something symbolic. And Janice, what's symbolic about this eagle head?
Well, certainly our high school mascot are the Eagles, so I think we all could embrace that.
Yep.
But also it is a mascot of the United States and free enterprise. And we are certainly dealing with issues that are affecting that.
Absolutely. And the eagle, of course, just represents strength, endurance, beauty, freedom. And so anytime you're feeling down, just look at the eagle head for inspiration.
Exactly.
And so Janice Crawford, how are you doing, first of all?
I am doing well. We have decided to work from home. We made that decision on Monday.
Good idea.
So, Lisa is in the office, but she is all by herself, so she is well secluded. And that is her preference, and it's been great because she's able to continue having a presence for us.
What are some of the ways that the Chamber of Commerce has adapted to help its community? Obviously, the Mount Washington Valley Chamber of Commerce has been a center for information, for marketing, for business resources. And I would say that you guys have really stepped up during this challenging time.
Well, we are trying to, just as everyone is, and it's interesting that you bring that up, Chris, because I think we're at a point now where we could gather our information sources. We're receiving information from the Economic Council.
Come a little bit closer, Janice. We're losing your audio a little bit.
Sorry. We're gaining information from the Economic Council. We gain information from the banks, from our attorneys, from our accountants. And so today I'm going to try to gather all of these sources together and have a discussion as to how we could maybe bring it all into one newsletter and really help our businesses understand, because what we're all doing is providing the links to the, but maybe not helping them really understand it. And that's what I've been spending most of my time, is just trying to understand all of these new programs that are coming out so I can help our business members.
That's a great thing. That's important, because as you mentioned, there's so much information out there. And when you get it all piecemeal, it doesn't really blend into a single picture sometimes. So having one voice that can take all that and give us a summary, that's going to be invaluable to this community. So thank you very much for doing that. We're
going to try.
How do you think things are going on? What is the vibe right now? The people you were talking to, is it pessimism? Is it optimism? What's your take on this community's response?
I think it's optimism based on shock. Mm-hmm. People are certainly understanding why we're doing this, but they are also trying to figure out what is the best thing to maintain our economy, to set it up so that we'll be able to come back, and also take care of our people. So that's a tough decision-making model for us to take all that in, and many of us are,
Oh, we lost your audio there for a second, Janice. Are you close?
Many of us are probably dealing with fear, mm-hmm. Just trying to keep pushing it back. One thing I would say to encourage people who may be dealing with that aspect of just thinking about all of this, is that every day there is a new program, a new way to support the business community, the parents, the children. For example, yesterday when Governor Sununu indicated that there was going to be specific funding for childcare. So I think we have to continually stay informed. We have to continually be talking governor and to our representatives so that they can share the issues that are really impacting us and making decisions. The other piece is people have to understand it takes time, because you may create some legislation, but then you have to create the rules and regulations. So they're hearing about the legislation. What's frustrating them is, how do I access it? What do I do with it? And we haven't gotten there yet. All we can do is say, yay, we've got some solutions, but give it a day or two. I know April 4th is the day that we're going to get a little more guidance on the family leave aspect. So I had a question come to me the other day about, what about the fact that we are having staff leave because they can make more money going on unemployment than they're making with us? And I think that those are some of the unintended consequences that come from massive changes in policy. Because of the pandemic, we have had to make those policy changes. I think the primary reason the government is going to infuse that $600 into everybody's unemployment check is to stabilize the economy, to help people pay bills, because if we all were unable to pay our bills, that would be another pandemic. So I think that we just have to hold on to our hats. And I don't mean to sound at all frivolous, but we got to hang on to our hats, or hang on to that saddle horn, or whatever it takes, with faith that we're going to get through this. We will come out of this a completely different person, more than likely, different business, different everything. But there are positives to everything. And I just hope people can hang on to that.
I was just talking with Jen and Zaldi of the Valley Originals, and one of the things we brought up was just how touching it is to see the community come together in many ways. You see neighbor helping neighbor, and business helping business. I think there's a tendency to think that to look ahead to the future and think, okay, there's going to be a cutoff date, and after that date, we go back to normal, and we're going to throw this giant party, when in reality it's probably going to be more of, a gradual evolution towards a new normal, perhaps. So I just think one of the things that furthers us towards that goal is just this neighbor helping neighbor and business helping business mentality that we've seen so much, and is one of the big things that come from this crisis.
Well, and I think that many people have either thought it in their head or voiced it over a social occasion with friends, that how did we get to where we are today? Yeah. And I don't mean today, I mean before this happened, where people weren't reaching out, weren't talking, weren't sharing, weren't exhibiting the behaviors and moral aspects that, in my knowledge, my belief system, created this country.
Yep.
So I think that in some ways, this has been a huge correction.
Yep. I think I agree with much of that. It's a very complex system, but it's all intertwined, and nothing is, stands on its own. This didn't happen for one single reason. It happened for a lot of reasons, and we all have to analyze everything from our politics to the way we live everyday lives to correct it going forward.
Absolutely. There are two silver lining things that I've heard that I thought were very touching, and that was one, children who do have two parents are very excited by the fact that those two parents are home at the same time.
Yep.
An interesting observation.
And dogs, of course. Dogs are very happy.
Oh, yes. Dogs and cats are extremely happy. And I'm so happy I have my cat. But
and an eagle.
And my eagle. In fact, thank God the eagle is big enough that the cats aren't trying to eat it. But on the other hand, the other one I heard, which was great, is because of the remote learning, parents are spending more time helping their child with their education and seeing some major improvements because they're getting that one-on-one time. And that's not to take away from our teachers at all. In fact, the person who posted that couldn't say enough about how the teachers have helped with her child. But that ability to be one-on-one, she has seen her skills in different academics improving more than she's seen it in the past, and the child's confidence is growing. So all kinds of wonderful things are happening from this.
Oh, as a parent, I am seeing that too, and I am so impressed by teachers everywhere. But obviously, I see our local teachers, and I am blown away by how rapidly they were able to create this distance learning plan to go from a routine of seeing these kids in person every single day. And, everybody's had their routine for so long, and to be able to take that and so quickly create this distance learning program, again, just very impressed. I think there is still a learning curve, and it's evolving and getting better as anything does. It's not going to be perfect from day one, but granted what we have to work with and what we're dealing with, I'm very pleased by what I'm seeing. Kudos to out there in SAU 9 and beyond.
Absolutely. And let's hope that this experience will help people understand the value of our educators more and support them when it comes time to vote.
Absolutely. Get active, have a voice. You have one, use it. And last but not least, before we go, Janice, this is going to be a lot of your focus as the executive director of the Mount Washington Valley Chamber of Commerce is on tourism, is on getting people from points south and in some cases north, like Montreal, and driving them to the valley. This is going to be kind of just a surreal moment where you're actually telling people to stay away for the health of the community.
Well, that's true, but we are saying it in a much more kind way than the billboard in yesterday's paper, in the April Fool's paper. That was a bit of a stunning story. So, but
I missed that one. I'll have to check it out.
Yes, you'll have to check it out. Anyway, it was
an April Fool's joke, right?
It was totally an April Fool's joke. Some people took it very seriously, and I heard all about that. But yes, it is a new day for the Chamber of Commerce to realize that our destination marketing aspect of our organization is not the center of everything now. Now it's more a typical chamber in terms of providing information and business guidance to our members. But we are not giving up. We are still going to be writing our joint promotional program grants. We are in our meetings discussing how to invite our many guests back when we are able to. So we're preparing for all of that. And when that time comes, we are all going to be so busy, but we won't be able to complain.
No, we won't. It'll be like, two relatives who haven't seen each other, or two friends who haven't seen each other in such a long time. And that embrace once we do will be fantastic. So again, everybody should be, worrying about themselves right now, staying healthy and doing what's best for our communities. But at the same time, we're thinking of you, everybody down there in Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire and beyond. And we can't wait until we invite you back up here, and we're gonna have a good time.
Absolutely. And my last comment, Chris, for today is
I see the cat.
Is to assure people or to ask people to just try to be kind. Try to be kind in the way they determine if an association or a business or a service is doing it the right way or not. We're all making decisions that we've never had to make before. So if we fall short, let us know, but in a kind way, and we'll correct it, because this is all new for everybody.
Absolutely. We've been talking with Janice Crawford, Executive Director of the Mount Washington Valley Chamber of Commerce. Janice, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy day today. And we very much appreciate it. And we will talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. And I hope to talk to you again very soon.
All right. Thanks, Janice. Bye-bye.
Take care.